Grand rising, grand arrival, grand return. Peace and blessings to the righteous and the repentant alike. I'm Chief Sophia of the Americana Band of Indians, and this video is a follow-up, a continuation, a notification of some information I said I was going to give out before regarding the fast and the bundles and all of this stuff. So first, let me remind everybody that we have it's not a fast, it's a feast. The Feast for Abundance. And why is it called that? What is it doing? We're trying to balance out all the fasting. So when you fast, okay, you have to have feasts that go along with the fast. So for example, in the Orthodox Church, we have the Great Lent, which is a fast, but we have the Sunday before that is Cheese Fair Sunday, so there's a lot of cheese stuff. The Sunday before that is Meat Fair Sunday, where there's a lot of meat. And so and then right after the Great Fast of the Great Lent, we have like right after the service, the grill is out, people are cooking their meat and breaking their fast together. And then we continue that party the next day with the Pascha picnic. So not as much time is spent fasting, is spent feasting, but as much thought goes into the feasting as does the fasting. And that we kind of balance is what we have not been doing. You cannot only fast, like fast, only fast, only fast. So we're going to flip the script with this next time period and feast. Now, what does that mean? What could that mean? Now, frequently, feast days in the Orthodox Church are actually fast days. So you could indeed continue to fast from certain things, eat with the circadian clock or whatever, stuff like that. Or you can focus all your energy on literally feasting, which is celebrating yourself, celebrating your ancestors. It's got to be a party somewhere, and we have to hold the party. So this is designed to bring in the abundance. Now, I mentioned I was trying to get the bundles at a certain price, but this is when I looked at this is not just something that, I'm selling to you and I'm not using myself. No, this is what I intend to do for the feast. This feast celebration, which is going to go from May 16th to June 21st, which is the solstice. I intend to do these things. So the bundle for that is going to be $100, and that will include shipping. So if people are able to get their orders to me by May the 4th, I'm going to ship that by May the 12th, so you'll have it before the feast. You'll have it before the feast. And if not, I'm going to send out a second set of orders on May the 22nd, so you'll have it by the end, to use it at the end of the feast. But what this is going to include, so all of these bundles are going to be these bundles right here, okay, are for this season of cups. Okay, so if you think about the tarot spiral, right, there's wands, and then there's cups, and then there's swords, and then there's pentacles. So we're going to focus our energy on the wands, the cups portion, and then again at the pentacle season. Now, we already have a fast that goes basically from February 2nd, which is the middle of pentacle season, till the end of spring equinox, which is around the start of our new year. So we already have that part covered. So this is different because we're going to be feasting in this segment leading into the abundance, and then we have another fast that comes up August the 2nd. That's going to be a fast. And so after that, we're going to have another feast, which is going to be when Saturn goes direct. That's our normal 22-day fast that we do, except it's going to be a feast. So now we're alternating fast, feast, so that it can be balanced. Again, this is the only thing that makes sense to me. We're just out of balance. We don't spend as much time celebrating as we do repenting, and you have to do both. You can't just have one or the other, right? So all these bundles are all going to have a crystal associated with them. Of course, there's going to be instructions. I think I'm going to put a private video up that just goes through the bundle and how to use it. Now, again, as always, if you don't have no money or something like that, contact me anyway, and I'll at least let you see the video. You can go and put the stuff together the best way that you can. It'll cost you less than what I'm charging, but I have to include shipping, but it also won't be blessed by me, so you know, there's that. But they're gonna have a crystal, a candle, some incense, and some other little stuff that I'll put together, but for sure body wash or oil, stuff like that. So this first one, the one that's for the Feast for Abundance, that's what this feast is. And again, you can do this without the bundle. You don't have to have the bundle to do this. I'm just letting people know this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm offering. So you'll have a crystal, which is going to help activate and direct your dream state into what you need to be doing. So something that I figured out in this process, and I've got about 20 more minutes. Something I figured out in this process is that, especially the women, in your dream state, you're supposed to be handling business. You have actually left your station of what you're supposed to be doing. These entities via the parasites basically have taken over and basically direct your dreams in all kinds of places they're not supposed to be, doing all kinds of stuff you're not supposed to be doing. And the only way to get back on track is to redirect your dreams at what you're supposed to be doing. So part of that, again, is being balanced. And I'm sure I'll talk about other stuff that I've been doing, but that's part of it, okay? So there's a tea, that's a prosperity tea blend that I make, that you're going to get, and you're going to get 40 of those in total. So that will cover you from the Feast or Abundance and also for the Cancer New Moon season. And then if you want more, that'll be on the website to order, or you can let me know and I'll put it with one of the other bundles. Now, don't pay for all these bundles at once. I'll take for the Feast for Abundance and the Cancer New Moon bundle, and then the other two you could pay for. I'm not going to take all the money at once. I just refuse, okay? Then you're going to get some camphor tablets. I'm going to do a whole video on camphor. It is really, really critical that you have camphor around. And not any kind of camphor. These are specific to the ones that the Indians use. And it's important to have the right ones because these can be used for a variety of things. But again, that's going to be in a different video. I'm going to give you a 7 to 10 day a white candle, 7 to 10 day candle that's been blessed. You're also going to get some resin style incense. Is actually not resin, it's a different kind. And I'll give you the charcoal tabs to burn with it. And the reason why it's $100 is because it costs a lot to ship it, and also it's going to be insured. I don't want anything to get messed up. It's got a candle in there, so I want to make sure that it's going to arrive properly. So that is and the tea is really expensive. Actually, the tea is the most expensive thing in the bundle, and it's also the second most important thing. The camphor tablets are the most important thing, and it's the cheapest, but you know, this is the way it balances out. But the tea is really important because it has certain herbs in it that will help you to protect you while you sleep, and also move these entities out of the way. So this is kind of like the point of this. And again, it'll be a private video where I go into each and everything, and it'll include an instruction sheet and all that, so that you can again fast or feast for this just about 40 days. Now, you can burn the candle in the beginning, or you can burn it at the end. Or if you want a second candle, let me know, and it's going to be like $15 extra if you want a second candle, to burn one at the beginning and one at the end. Just let me know. Eventually this kind of stuff is going to be on my website, but it's not quite ready yet, and I need to send the first batch out by the 4th. Is that correct? No, I need to send the first batch out by the 12th. So I need the orders by May the 4th, and the website is not quite set up for that yet. So I just want to put this out there so people can know. So it's going to be $100, including the shipping. Now, one thing I can say, all my stuff is going to include shipping. I'll do another video once the website is up. But how I decided to handle that is everything is going to include shipping. It's going to include the cost to ship it. Now, when I get ready to actually ship it, if it costs me less, then I will issue the difference as a credit. So you can buy something else from the store. Or, yeah, I'm going to issue it as a credit. Because that's the thing that makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me for me to charge every single thing and figure out the shipping for every single thing. I don't like it. I don't like the way that it makes me feel. So all the prices are going to just include the shipping. And then if it costs me less to ship, I'll issue you a credit. Okay? So that goes with all of this stuff. So the next bundle I'm going to talk about is the Cancer New Moon bundle. Now, Cancer New Moon season starts 5/27, which is the day after the Gemini new moon, and it goes until 6/25, which is the day of the Cancer new moon. These bundles, the new moon bundles, are $50, and they're going to have a crystal, a candle, blessed, and all of that, incense, and like I said, the body wash and oil. I want to include the tea, but then it would cost too much. Like I said, the tea is the most expensive thing to put together. It's just how much it costs. There's nothing I can do about that, especially for how many you need, which is at least 30 to 40. So it's just too much. All right, so the next bundle is for the Leo new moon. Oh wait, the Cancer New Moon bundle has to be ordered by 5/11. So if you want the Feast for Abundance candle bundle and the Cancer New Moon bundle, you can pay for both of those, and then I'll send them both out together. Otherwise, the orders for that have to be in by May the 11th, because I need to ship that by the 18th, so you have it for when the cycle starts on 5/27. And I'm including a week for shipping. If for some reason you don't think a week is long enough for shipping to your address wherever you are, I'm going to send it USPS priority mail. Let me know, and I'll make sure I ship it out earlier or whatever. Or if it's going overseas or something like that, it's going to be coming USPS priority mail. All right, so the next bundle is for the Leo new moon. Now, the Leo new moon season starts on the 26th of June, and it goes until the 24th of July. And the Leo new moon bundle has to be ordered by June 13th, and I'm going to ship it on June the 20th. Right, and so it's going to have a crystal, the candle, the incense, and the prosperity wash, or whatever body wash and oil that goes along with this specific new moon cycle. Okay, the next one is the Leo new moon. Now, this one's a little bit more difficult because there's two Leo new moons. It's one at 0 degrees, and then it's another one at 29 degrees. So this is not usual. But remember, this year I told y'all we have no 0 Capricorn new moons. So this is why, because we have 2 Virgo new moons. Okay, so the Virgo new moon season is going to start on the 25th of July, and it's going to go all the way until September the 21st with the solar eclipse. So this one has to be ordered by the 11th of July, and I'm going to ship it on the 18th. I'm only going to include 1 candle in the bundle, but if you want 1 for each moon, you will have to add on, like I said, $15. So it's going to be $50, but if you want 2 candles, it's going to be $65. All right. And it has the same stuff: a crystal, the candle, the incense, and the oil and the body wash. Okay. So then after that, we have a very, very busy cup season. This is abundance. We want to draw in the abundance. We want to set the stage for the abundance to come. We are not playing with the abundance. That's the reason we just not playing. Okay. And so then we have our fast for favor. That is going to start on August the 2nd, and it's going to go through the 21st. So we have two things going on at once. These two things you can order together, the Virgo New Moon and also the Fast for Favor. You can order those bundles together. So that the big fast and the big feast, those bundles are going to be $100, because it's going to have a lot of stuff in it. The thing that's going to be different about the Fast for Favor is that instead of the prosperity tea blend, it's going to be a protection tea blend, because remember, by the time we get to August, we're getting ready to go into sword season. So what is that? We have to prepare for sword season. So we want our physical vessels to be ready to go from the inside out. And so that's why we have to fast for favor. Hey, we know the swords are coming. Don't, do us dirty in the process. Okay, so that's going to be really important. So the order for that bundle is going to be by July 11th, and it's going to ship on July the 18th as well. So like I said, you can order the Fast for Favor bundle and the Virgo New Moon bundle together. Now the last fast, and I'm only mentioning it even though it's so far out, so that people can figure out how much of this they can do, that kind of stuff, right? Because it's a lot. I understand that it's a lot. That's why I'm giving you all the information for the whole. Basically, this is the end of the year. Once this is done, this is all we're doing for the end of the year. And then the start of the year is when we're going to do the Capricorn New Moon. Yeah, the Capricorn New Moon, the Aquarius New Moon, and the Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces New Moon. We're going to have similar new moon bundles for those two. We're starting with the new moons, but eventually there's going to be a bundle for every new moon and every full moon. But from what I understand, I want to get an understanding of each cycle broken down into a smaller cycle. And because it's a lot of information, and the most important thing right now is getting this money, because it's crazy out here. There's no reason why people shouldn't have money. We're going to have to be able to help our friends and neighbors and family and all that stuff. So that's why we're focusing on the cups and the pentacles first, and then we're going to figure out what we're supposed to do with the wands and the swords. I don't know yet. This is the only part that I have. Okay. So the next fast is going to be after the Fast for Favor, is the Saturn direct feast. Okay, so Saturn goes direct on Thanksgiving, 11/27. So if you want this bundle, you're gonna have to order a little bit early, because I know the holiday. You're gonna have to order it by November the 10th, and I'm gonna ship it on November the 17th because of the whole holiday thing. I know that there might be some problems, and that fast is a feast. I'm sorry, the Saturn direct feast. We're feasting because Saturn has gone through its thing with its retrograde, and it's coming out, and it's ready to bring us new knowledge and new information. That feast is going to go from, it's like the prodigal son returning, literally. That feast is going to go from 11/27 to 12/18, and then right after that is Christmas. And so so these things are going to be a little bit different this year, especially this Feast for Abundance that's coming up and the Saturn direct feast. We haven't done feasts, so I actually still have to go back and do the research and figure out what this even means. This is just the part that I got, and I knew there needed to be some actual physical things to go with it. One thing I will tell you, and which persuaded me to go ahead and offer this as a service, because I had never actually intended on offering products that I blessed and then sent out. I lit one of these candles. I made one of these candles to see for the Feast for Abundance. I made one of these candles. And I'm going to put a picture on the on my community page, and you'll be able to see. I lit this candle, and I just asked for some general, clarification and help, because all of these are going to be with saints. I work with the saints primarily. So the icon that I put on this particular candle was an icon of Jesus pulling Adam and Eve from out of the tomb, and Satan is bound underneath him with a gold rope. And it stood out to me because somebody had posted it on Twitter, and they said, I've never seen this icon with Satan bound with a gold rope. And it didn't like click to me until I was like, wait a minute, he's never seen this. This is not how the icon normally looks. And if you look at the other icons of the resurrection, because it's a resurrection icon, it doesn't have Satan bound with a gold rope. It's very unusual, this icon is. And so I was like, okay, so the point of the matter is, this particular candle, right, it burned all the way down. It was pretty clear, no problems. But a big egg shape burned over the doors where Adam and Eve, the doors to the tomb that were open, where Adam and Eve came out of. It was gold. Right underneath Jesus' feet is an egg shape burn on my candle. And I was like, what is first of all, anything happens like that, there's some real significance to that. But specifically, underneath the feet of Jesus, this egg-shaped burn over the doors that are open for Adam and Eve to come out of hell. What does that signify? That signifies our return. We are being brought up from out of the hell that we were placed in. And it was only Jesus who could do that. We can't do that for ourselves. Jesus opened the doors and let us out. And not only did he open them, he literally burned them. On my candle, they're burned. And they're gold. So this is a theory that I'll just start here, and I'm sure a video will be coming, is that hell is actually inside of the sun. And that's why Satan in the icon is bound with a golden rope, because it's inside of the sun. It's literally, hell is inside the sun, because if the sun, S-U-N, is representative of the Holy Spirit by the halos on the outside of all of the icons, that means in order to be separated from the Holy Spirit, it has to actually consume you. So you don't know it's there. You don't understand that. And this is womb theology, because in the case of a baby who is developing in the womb, they don't know that there's anything outside of the womb. And that's how these demons act. They don't think that there's anything outside of their little bubble, their little world. And so I think they are being bound within the sun. And that's why they say hell is hot and all of this stuff, but there's no light, because the light goes out. There's no light on the inside of the sun. There's light that goes out of the sun. And so I do believe that hell is inside the sun. And so these demons have no idea that they're actually being bound with their own personal hell. Their own personal thing that is holding them back is a thing that actually can save them if they would believe that they were being bound. So again, if you understand that you're being bound, like if you say, oh, I'm being bound, it's really weird. If you know that, then it's easy for you to accept help when Jesus comes and opens the gates so that you can get out. But if for some reason you don't believe that there's gates, you don't understand that there's a door there, then what's going to happen? You are going to stay where you are, because you don't understand that you've been bound. And that's literally what we're talking about. You don't have to be bound. You don't have to be bound by this. But if you don't take the proper steps to unbind yourself, just like we had to unbind the Holy Spirit, you're just going to be stuck. And that's literally what we're talking about here. So, and I'll just mention one more thing. I think, if I can remember what I was about to say. I might have to put it in a separate video. Yeah, I'll put it in a separate video. Because I don't remember what it was. As soon as I thought it was gone. Oh, I did finally produce the gum Arabic syrup, the gum syrup. So if you are going to get this Feast for Abundance, and you want the syrup, the gum syrup, or I have sweetened and I have unsweetened. If you want that to go with your tea blend, that's going to be an extra $5. Just let me know. So if you get the bundle, the Feast for Abundance bundle with the tea, and with the extra candle, that will be $120. But if you just want it as I have it, and I have like flyers coming out, but I want to tell people because I need the orders for the first batch that I'm going to send out by May the 4th. So if you just want the bundle as it's listed, it'll be $100, but I'll have it listed on the side, the extras and stuff, so you can know what that is. Then I can really not remember what I was thinking about. So that's going to be all for this video. I'll be making another one soon. But I just want to let you know we have to feast. We have to really take it seriously as we take our fasting. We have to take our feasting. So a video will be forthcoming on that and how I think that's going to work. So shalom, peace, and blessings, and we'll see you in the next video.